We have our next speaker. I can see Paul's Irbins already there on logged in. Paul's, welcome to this session. We are looking forward to Paul's is the president of the Latvian Space Industry Association, and he's going to speak to us about engineering and innovation in the Latvian space industry. Paul's, can you please switch on your video and the session over to you. You can please address us now, please. Pauls, can you unmute yourself? Yes, yeah, now you can speak, please.
Yes, hello everyone. Sorry, I had some technical issues. Namaste.
Oh, namaste. Yes, we can see you. Go ahead, please.
Yes, let me share a screen with you with a short presentation, if you don't mind.
Sure. Tarun, can you enable the share button for Pauls, please?
Yes, I can see the share button.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, dear gentlemen, and Anatan, thank you for your introduction. It was a very fruitful and interesting introduction, and I should just say that I believe the space industry, both all around the world and as I've seen also lately in India, I think it's the industry that is on the forefront of promoting the innovation in different aspects, in building new materials, in building electronics and different other applications. So maybe if you don't mind, I will start with noting that Latvia has a really excellent history of innovations and engineering, especially in space industry. Our scientists were part of launching first animal Laika into space, building the first satellite, building the Vostok spacecraft where the first human was going into space, and even building the first moon rover. So we have a really deep roots and traditions in innovation and engineering, and space industry is one that is leading these innovations. And in this presentation, maybe let me shortly present you with our current scientific and engineering capacities in this area. I would just like to stress out that our general purpose or interest for cooperation is that we are looking on our space industry in Latvia, and engineers and scientists are looking for cooperation projects that are ambitious enough, either it's in space industry or other industry. So hopefully with this presentation we can find some partnerships. So let me start with scientific capacities. I will be very quick. We have a really good traditions with radio communications and radio astronomy in Latvia. We have laser ranging station in Latvia that is used for laser targeting different space objects. We have a very good traditions with astronomy, especially in recognizing and tracking near Earth objects, asteroids, and trying to identify their composition. We have a near Earth object detection station in Latvia. Our scientists are developing a breakthrough technologies where heat could be transferred to electricity without moving parts using thermoacoustic generators. Our scientists are developing magnetometer and positioning technologies, user laser technology. So we have a really stable and really fundamental scientific capacities. And let me also shortly introduce to our industrial capacities. What is our industry? What is our innovation and engineering, especially in space industry? So first of all, we have a company who is building a radiation-resistant microchips and microelectronics, which are used in satellites, in spaceships, rockets, and so on. We have a company which is a world leader in developing high-precision timers that are detecting time in very small intervals, and actually they are also already their electronics, their technologies are installed on satellites, on other space infrastructure, and they're also going to take part in interstellar missions very shortly, in the very near future. We have one of the world leaders in producing radiation detection devices that are used not only in space, but mostly here on Earth in nuclear power plants, in mining industry and other parts. We have a team that is working and developing very specific material, lightweight and resistant materials, both for our space industry, and already our scientists are developing specific materials for European rockets and also for defense industry. So developing new lightweight and strong materials is one of our key abilities. Developing insulation materials, also one of our institutes on an order basis are developing different kind of insulation materials for cryogenic or other use, including for Ariane 5 rocket that's part of European space fleet. One big innovation for Latvia is that Latvian company is now developing a fuel pump for a moon orbital station. As you know, Europe and United States are going to join forces to build a orbital station around the moon, and Latvian company is already taking part in developing a very critical element. And then just to finish up, in Latvia, we have several companies who are very active in using Earth observation data, processing the data for the use of agriculture, for the use of forestry, for city management, for naval traffic management, and many more applications. So Latvia, in this case, on all European level, is a very developed in terms of data processing, data analysis. And not to mention, we're developing unmanned aerial vehicles, and one of our companies is even supplying a SpaceX with radio transmission devices. And maybe last not to least, but recently one of our companies won a very prestigious award and competition of NASA for developing a rover for the future Venus mission. So I hope I made it on time. I gave a short introduction to Latvian space industry. We have, as I mentioned in the beginning, we have very deep roots in academic and industrial level, and we are very looking forward to cooperation ideas with, especially I would say, and hopefully with India, as India is also a growing space power. So if there are any ideas on how we can cooperate on projects for space exploration or developing some engineering or other innovation solutions, please feel free and you're welcome to contact us. Thank you very much. I hope this was enough.
Thank you very much, Pauls. I think that was a wonderful presentation. The length and breadth of what are the wonderful products and services that the Latvian space industry is manufacturing for the rest of the world is amazing to hear. And I'm sure all our participants are very excited to hear about the developments that the Latvian industry is doing. Some of the products that you spoke of are definitely exciting to the space industry, and I'm sure our people will benefit by that. Thank you very much for keeping your presentation very crisp, very beautifully made. Thank you very much.